family, welcome to DMO World. You guys may have seen that Sharon hasn't really been herself recently. You may have seen that on previous vlogs, and also we haven't been posting much because we've had a lot going on. So we feel like we need to make this video to just kind of explain a few things to you guys, and it's quite a sensitive subject that some of you guys may be able to relate to, so we just thought it might be a good idea to do a sit down story time talk about video. Okay, so this is going back like maybe 5 or 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
5 or 6 weeks now. She comes into this room. I was sat there like right behind me where my thumb is there. I can't remember what I was doing. I think I don't know. I was just messing around. She come in like with a little surprise, a box. And I was like, what's she showing me this for? She's like, it's a surprise for you. And I open it up, and there's a bit of tissue, and I was like, what's this? And she's like, I lift up tissue, and I lifted up tissue, and it was a pregnancy test, and it was positive. And I literally just like,
Bawled.
I just started bawling and crying. I was just so happy, like, real men cry. Let me tell you, real men do cry. When something as happy as that happens, it's an emotional thing. I was happy. But
as you can see from the title, and you probably guessed obviously what happened. So we're excited when we found out that day, but as due to my previous history with ectopic pregnancies, I had to make it an appointment literally about, was it the next day? Called the doctor that day, and probably an hour or two later they called me to say you need to go into the hospital to get an early scan, just a precautionary thing to make sure that the baby's growing in the right place. So I went there, they couldn't find anything, so I went back probably about 3 times to the hospital for them to ensure that the baby's growing in the right place, which it was. But on the 3rd scan they revealed to me that they couldn't see a yolk sac inside the pregnancy sac. Medically it's called like a silent miscarriage.
as you can see, her energy's still a little bit low. She hasn't been feeling herself. She's been in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, we're pretty emotionally drained from the whole thing as well. I mean, miscarriage is very common. A lot of you guys may be able to relate to this, which is another reason why we're making the video. You know, we just think it's good to be transparent about things and talk about it, talk about our mishaps, not just to put out our lives as some perfect thing on social media like a lot of people do. You know, we want to be transparent, we want to be honest, and give you the good and the bad kind of thing, because this is real. We're a real couple, we're real people. So
yes, and yeah, like you said, like Tommy said, you know, I've had a few people anyway like DMing me, actually from the back of my last post which I made about our last ectopic pregnancies, saying, you know, they've experienced similar things, and you know, for us women, we sort of bond. We find that common thing that we bond over, and it makes you feel like you're not alone. And that's a reason why we're doing this, for others out there that may feel like they're the only ones going through it. You know, it's a sad and unfortunate thing to happen, but you know, we're just here to just say you're not the only one going through it. It is hard, it's draining, it's confusing sometimes, and you know, as a woman you feel like, I don't know, sometimes you blame yourself for these things happening, and you think, oh, maybe if I had done this, or maybe if I didn't do this, you know, the baby will be fine. But sometimes when, you know, when the nurse explains to you that, you know, there's nothing that you could have done, it's a fragile thing, isn't it? Pregnancy.
Yeah, that's what we've come to experience. Like, pregnancy is very fragile. It's just not promised. Like Sharon mentioned before, we had Aurora, we had 2 miscarriages due to ectopic pregnancy, which basically means the baby grows in the fallopian tube, so the baby can't be saved. We just appreciate how delicate it is, and we just don't take it for granted. We're just so grateful to have our one child, and we still, you know, we pray to have more kids. Pray for us, guys. And also just pray for Sharon. Pray that she gets better soon. You are getting back to yourself, but
Yeah, I am getting back to myself. But yeah, it's just a lot of I don't know, I'm like I was
hormones maybe.
maybe it still is.
Because say it's not just like obviously it's the pain of losing a child, even though it is an early pregnancy. Like you do kind of get a bit of an attachment to it. Obviously, you get for me it's just the pure excitement of thinking I'm going to be a dad again. So there is that, but there's a lot of other things that come with having a miscarriage, especially for us. Like, so it is the hormones. Obviously, Sharon's not herself. That can cause tension between us, and has done a little bit.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's like financial. You know, it can knock on effect to other things and affect the other areas of your life as well. You know. So yeah.
Just have to just carry on praying and being hopeful that, you know, God willing, it will happen. That's all we can do, because, you know, that's one of the areas of life you just cannot control. You can't control it. So like what we always say, you know, if you want kids, you know, it's something you definitely 100% want. Don't put it off. You know, there are certain situations where, you know, where you have to put it off. You know, let's say you don't have a place to live, things like that. You know, you have to put it off in that sense if you can't give the child a proper life. But if you have a loving partner with you, you've got the means to raise a child, there's no point in putting it off, because you just don't know what could happen in the future.
Exactly.
When you do try. So
I would say, like, if you know you want kids, don't plan it. Just get busy. Just do it, because like you don't know what curveballs life's going to throw at you, or you know what your body's going to do. Just if you want kids, don't waste time. Just don't worry about the finances or you know all that. Just do it. You'll make it work. That's our advice. And I mean, admittedly, like since we had Aurora, we've kind of been
putting it off.
We've been kind of putting it off, like definitely the first couple of years anyway, and then maybe after that I was kind of wanting another one, but at the same time Sharon wasn't really ready, and we were thinking, oh, we can go on holiday, we can do this, that, and the other. So we've put it off a lot since having Aurora, and you know, got to a stage where we are ready, but
it just didn't work
this hasn't worked out this time. So
I guess that's one thing that we probably learned. What we'll take away from it, that you know, you can't plan it.
So get busy. That's what we're here for. We're here to make babies.
Some people don't actually want babies, though. That's the thing.
If you don't want babies, that's fine.
Then that's fine. Yeah, I don't think everyone wants kids, but yeah, I'm just saying if you want kids, just do it.
Just do it. Get busy. I appreciate you guys' prayers. If you guys need any, if you need someone to talk to, if you've been going through something similar, as we always say, DMs are open and hit us up.
We're always down for a chat.
Down for a chat, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, when we talk, is when people might be kind of insensitive, but not in a horrible way.
Yeah,
people say like, oh, don't be sad, you can get pregnant again anyway. Things like that.
Yeah.
Or you're still young, you can have more kids. But it's not just as easy as that. There is like that grieving process that people go through because you lost something.
Yeah, and it's not just as easy as that. It's like you've got like we were saying earlier, pregnancy is very like a delicate thing, and it's quite an anxious time.
Yes.
So it's like you've got to go through all that process of like starting from scratch again. Do you know what I mean?
Emotions.
And then the next time we get pregnant, there's always going to be that almost like an instant fear. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Especially like with what happened years ago with the ectopic pregnancies. There'll always be that little bit of fear, and you've got to go through that all from scratch. So, but like I say, we've got one child, one healthy child that we're so grateful for.
Exactly, and that's the thing. You do have to mentally, especially for the woman, you do have to mentally prepare yourself for the next pregnancy, because it takes a lot out of you. And I'm sure for men as well it does. But yeah, it's just that having to mentally prepare yourself. And
I'd have like 10 kids if I could.
I would too. Yeah, I would like I would have 5 kids. One, if we had like the help. If my mom and your parents lived down the road, I literally would have 5 kids. But and yeah, if we had smoother pregnancies, I probably would.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know.
I don't know. I just feel like my purpose is to have kids, and I don't know.
Mine is too. That that is my dream, but it's just certain. When things have happened, it just puts a little bit of
anxiety.
in you. But I'm not. I would actually have like quite a few kids.
Let's do it then.
For me, like I actually would like that.
I'm putting this in the video, so I've got you on record saying this.
No, but I said there is a prerequisite of it. If your parents come down and live next door to us, then and my mom can come as well. Yeah. That's the only thing. That's the only thing.
I think Sharon looks beautiful as well. Don't you think she's just skin's glowing and
she's just been saying that to me this whole week. It's been like really creepy.
It's nice. I'm a husband.
Okay.
I cannot win. Yeah. So like, if I'm just like being like a man, a dog, you're like, oh, get away from me. But if I'm like trying to be like a bit more romantic or whatever, you're like, I'm a creep. Like I can't win. All this like what we're going through, obviously hormones and stuff. It's kind of left. She's like maybe gone a little bit this way, and I've gone a little bit that way. I'm like, I need some love.
No.
I need some affection, some attention, some.
I do give you some attention though.
Just like to close this video out by dedicating it to Paul and Kat Roffey. They're good friends of ours from like back in the day, and they recently had a baby boy, Beau Bear Roffey, and they lost him after 2 days. So heartbreaking. That's all I can say. Heart goes out to you. We dedicate it to you guys.